Hey, Sangriaz from the Hidden Levels here with part 3 of 100% Achievement Walkthrough Guide for Clockwork Tales of Glass and Ink. This was played on the Xbox One version of the game. If you remember from part 2, we just landed in front of the castle, the glider broken. As usual, we need to find the steam bugs in every scene. There is an achievement finding all steam bugs in the castle area, and there is one in each scene. So we picked that up, and I've already done a bunch of things like zooming into the glider, picking up a snowball, all that stuff. They're self-explanatory, so I don't really explain them. Put the bucket there, pick up that snow, put it in there. We're gonna melt it to get some water. We'll put it, if you zoom in on the left side, where we found the steam bug, we can put it on there, and there's something underneath that puts out some steam, and it boils off the snow, and we have water now. We'll zoom in onto the barrel soon. But before we do that, throw a snowball at the owl. Sorry. Break the ice. Use the rope on the chain on the hook to get a hook chain. Throw a snowball at the owl, like that. Throw that. Zoom in on that. Put a pour water in front of the barrel so it creates like ice that lets us easily move the barrel. And just interact with the barrel, and then pick up the ladder. Use the ladder to climb up. Zoom in onto that. Use the hook and chain, I believe, to pick up that key, and we can finally open the garden gate and move into the next area. That's pretty tough. Took like 2.5 minutes to even get to this part. Now we need to go through this puzzle. I think I make a mistake. I need to restart. There's no, you can just reset. I backed up by mistake. Press X to reset if you make a mistake like that. Do it exactly as I do. Follow the same route. I don't think there's any other solution. You have to go through every node without going back. Like, you can't hit the same node twice, and you have to get to that end. If you get to the end without hitting every node, that's a fail. The puzzle cannot be solved that way. Opening the gate, something happens. The robot, I think, captures you, and you're now inside of a cell, a dungeon. You may be hearing some kind of a Korean announcement. I don't know if you can hear it. I can. Just ignore it. Sorry about that. Pick up the steam bug right there. Note that steam bugs do move around, so you may be picking it up in another place or something like that. You look outside and Matt is there, so you can see Matthew is not available at the moment. We're gonna need him to pick that up. Pick up the key, actually, not that. Okay, we got the lamp. We are going to pick up the stick that's to the left of that. At a later point, we're gonna need that one. We're gonna pick up that dustpan as well. These are not used yet in this room, but they will be useful later on. Okay, after we get a lit candle, so a burning stick. not a lit candle. Here, put that lamp down, open it, and light it up. And then use the, I believe, use the camera lens on it, and then close it up and interact with it. It sends like a bat signal to Matthew, and he comes to you. And he's available now to you again for use. So ask him to bring the key back, and now you can just open your way out of this cell. Okay, go outside. As always, we're going to be picking up a steam bug here. There it is. Got it. And let's get solving some puzzle stuff again. Let's get some finding some objects. Zoom in onto that door. We'll see a cutscene of the general, the bad guy. He's got that key, pendant key, and he's going to open the elevator with it.
Anyone near this elevator until I come back.
So, a family's heirloom opens the elevator.
So you can see the steam bug on the right side. They're right out in the open. If I remember correctly, I forget to pick this up until much later. But anyway, if you want to pick it up now, it's no big deal. Just remember that I don't pick it up because I just forgot about it. Now here, use the key, and then pick. No, not yet. Can't do anything else here yet. Just yet. Pick that thing up on the right side. Zoom in onto that. We're gonna solve this puzzle. Just do what I do. Just move the pieces exactly as I do and in the order that I do. The order is important. You want the key piece to go to the bottom center area there. You can only move one piece at a time, and so you have to probably did this kind of puzzle if you are ever into puzzle games. So not a really tough puzzle, just easier with the solution, of course, as usual with any puzzle games. The controls are a little bit finicky. You can tell this game was made for mouse or touchpad use. It's a little bit difficult to play with the gamepad. I mean, it's not horrible, just sometimes it's a little bit difficult to get the cursor going the right way. Anyway, you solve the puzzle. Now pick up that thing in the middle. So a piece of that. You need 4 of that, I think. So zoom in onto that there, and it's a hidden object scene. This is, I believe, the first time that we're seeing a hidden object scene that is not always the same. The picture itself is always the same, but the items that you're asked to find does change. So what I find here may not be the same for you. Feel free to just look around. You can use hints if you like. I was mistaken about not being able to use hint. You're just not allowed to skip a mini game completely. If you want, you can use hints if you're stuck too badly, but the hidden object puzzles aren't that bad that you'd have to use hints to get past them. Just remember, it's not always the same items that it asks you to find. So the list of items that you see on my screen is probably a little bit different. But you do come back to the same hidden object puzzles a couple times per puzzle for type of this random type. So if you come back to it the next time, you'll find some of the stuff I found in that next puzzle. Next time that you come back to it, we'll attach a hook to this that we just got. And now we can go to the salon area. Once again, we gotta find that steampunk. This is the point I realized I forgot that steampunk, so I picked it up. If you already picked it up, no problem. Not a big deal. I mean, it's only a couple of rows, and the load is very quick in this game. So I'm looking for the steampunk in this room. I don't initially see it, but you just saw the wing moving around. That's where it is. There we go. I finally get it. Okay, now let's start finding some objects and try to solve the puzzles here. Use the broom to get rid of the cobwebs and pick up that thing. Put a dustpan under it and look at the keyhole and push the key into there using the letter opener, I think that is, and get the pen out, get the key. And now open up the door, and now we have access to the upper stair area. I believe the steam bug is on the chandelier, so pick that up. There we go. Sometimes when I'm pausing, I'm checking out the guide or just making sure I've not missed anything, as I want to give you the best guide possible, that allows you to complete the game in as quickly as possible. And back to the salon area. I think what happened here is the guide says go back to the dungeon, and it just said go to dungeon, and I couldn't find the dungeon cursor that allows me to go to the dungeon. I just didn't realize it was calling the cell that I ended up in the dungeon. So all you have to do is go back like 4 times. Just keep going back. Keep looking at all the other stuff that can't do anything about. There we go. That's the dungeon, or the cell, whatever you want to call it. We want that diamond. We eventually need 3 different kind of jewels for a puzzle. So diamond is one of them. I think we get like a topaz or something like that. Go back to the salon area and then into the upstairs area. And I think we go into, actually maybe we do a puzzle here. Yeah, actually we are using the diamond to cut a hole so that we can enter this. That's why I needed that. I'll open it, I'll go in, and as usual we'll pick up a steam bug. Oh yeah, before we do, we use that to get a red quartz. And then let's solve this puzzle. Hit the ones exactly as I do, and all corners. That's it. And it turns everything red, and we get an item. Then we'll go into that door. We'll pick up a steam bug, which is in the center of the room there. You can see it on the ceiling. Or is it? I think it is. Yeah, there we go. And then examine that. I'll examine the head, lizard head. Pick up the thing on the left and the sword thing on the bottom. And we have to use an item to get the bullet out. I'm gonna do that in just a little bit. Pick up the blunt sword. Use that item to get the bullet out. Use the tongs to get a ember out. And then back out. Check out that area. This is a puzzle that you may not understand what's going on. It'll go by really quickly on my screen, I believe. Press LT twice, RT 3 times. Actually, sorry, LT 3 times, RT twice. Let me make sure that I'm giving you the right solution. Okay, so LT 3 times, RT, LT twice, RT, and LT is the right solution. And we've already moved on to the next part, checking out the cabinet area and doing the hidden object solutions. So this one, once again, is a randomized one. So the items that I'm finding may not be the same as yours. The expert difficulty says it penalizes you for making wrong choices in a hidden object scene when you're starting the game. I don't really see any penalties. I don't get like a game over after making a certain amount of mistakes or anything like that. So just feel free to look around and use hints if needed. Get a green quartz for that, solving that. Now use the emblems, things that we found, into there, and we'll rotate this around to solve the puzzle. You want to rotate starting from the outermost ring and try to get it to line up like I show you. It's a pretty easy one. I think that's it. You have to rotate it a bit more to here. There we go. And then rotate the next one. You'll see when they kind of look right. It's pretty obvious puzzle. And this last one, once you get it about near where it needs to go, it'll just kind of lock into place. So if you got the outermost and the middle ring correct, the last one should not be an issue. And go into this study area with a bunch of books. I believe now we have all the pieces needed to start solving the puzzle on the... Wait, maybe there's no puzzle here. Don't remember exactly. Yeah, there we go. We can start solving this puzzle because we have all three, like the quartz, the ruby, and stuff like that, the diamond. Now, switch the mirrors around to exactly where I put them, and you can solve the puzzle very easily. Solution is always the same. Starting point of the mirrors may change, I'm not sure, but the solution is always the same because the number of mirrors and the types of mirrors that come out are always the same. There you go. And we've opened up the hidden room, and that's the end of part 3 for me. Thanks for watching. My name is Sangriaz. I'm from the Hidden Levels. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'll see you on part 4.